last week on Legally Kidnapped.
Good evening. Our top story this week. As America celebrates Child Abuse Propaganda Month by eating cookies and sticking pinwheels in the ground, Russia threatens to stop all international adoptions to American parents after a 7-year-old boy is flown back to Russia alone with a note saying he wasn't wanted anymore. The battle rages on over a 12-year-old Canadian boy who is stuck in a foster home in Oregon. A man from New Jersey admits to making a false claim of child abuse against a woman. And the good old state of Kentucky comes in number one for child abuse-related deaths. An adoptive mother from North Carolina has been charged with abusing a 3-year-old son who she bought from China. England says it's sorry to 3 young girls for placing them with a foster father who molested them over a 5-year time span. Drug addicts are being offered money in both the US and the UK to get themselves sterilized. England also whines because of Facebook's refusal to put a panic button on their site so that children can report predators. Homeschoolers went around against the UN's crackdown on family rights. John and Kate Gosselin may get back together for a new television project. And it appears that Sandra Bullock's husband's mistress is in a custody battle of her own. A social worker in England is being accused of faking over 70 visits to children who are at the highest risk of abuse or neglect. Some genius has finally caught on to the fact that antidepressants increase the risk of suicide in children, and System Suck shrinks in Florida when an amendment to a bill designed to protect foster children from being unnecessarily medicated so that they can keep doing it. A recent poll suggests that over 2 million Canadians say that they know someone who is sexually abused by a priest, and a British dude by the name of Richard Dawkins calls for the arrest of the Pope for his part in the cover-up. Florida still won't give a handicapped girl her money from a $1.3 million settlement for being sexually abused in foster care 3 years after agreeing to settle the suit. And the convicted Colorado foster murderer of Elise Vick gets her sentencing postponed due to a scheduling conflict. A report claims that a majority of New Jersey foster kids have not completed a life skills program that would help them to live independently when they age out of the system. And in Virginia, an 18-year-old foster child is being accused of raping his foster mother. A British judge criticizes social workers as being arrogant and enthusiastic removers of children. And a social work student claims that she was manipulated into visiting high-risk children. The department store is being glorified for its decision to pull padded bikini tops for 7-year-olds. The National Center for Youth Law filed a class action lawsuit against the Clark County, Nevada for abusing foster children in their care. And the System Sucks over at Children's Rights files a class action lawsuit against the state of Massachusetts for abusing their foster kids. In Maryland, a Muslim woman is refused a foster care license because she lives in a pork-free home. And finally, tonight in Ontario, Canada, a foster father gets 6 whole months in jail for molesting a girl in his care. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.